Scorpio, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy day. Happy new week-ish. We are in Taurus season. We just came off of a full moon in Scorpio, and Pluto is in retrograde. I keep forgetting to mention that. It just went into retrograde about a week ago. Week 10 days. And Pluto Scorpio energy really highlights changes that we need to make in our life. I've been saying this a lot. Pluto moved into Aquarius in last November, and Aquarian energy really helps us align with our quote unquote wish fulfillments, the things that really make our heart sing. It might not be the most practical thing, right? It might have a little bit of an innovative energy to it. People might not understand why you want to do it or whatever, but at the same time, it's the belief, it's the faith, it's the trust that we can have it if we want it. If we just got to go after it, right? We got to make changes, and those changes are being highlighted right now. Specifically in relationship dynamics, it's been a rough go with people, places, and things, right? All those nouns. There's been a heightened water, fire element. People are popping off left and right. It's triggering a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions around those dynamics. And it is forcing us to either make changes, adjustments, or walk away, close out these cycles and chapters. It's a lot. It's a lot. And we haven't really gotten a break in a minute. You know, you can kind of see this in the collective, just crazy shit's happening, all that stuff. So, it's hard you can't avoid it, right? None of us can avoid it right now, but we can find ways to work with that energy for our betterment, right? For our betterment, for our own success. That's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing, just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out some of the blocks, limitations that we might be coming into. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, Scorpio, especially if you come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, etc., or if you're just looking for more of a rebalancing of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're aligned in self, when we know who we are, what we want, that's when we're manifesting our abundance. That's when we're manifesting our happiness, our fulfillment. But you know, we got to be in alignment with self in order to get there, i.e. self-love, self-care. So I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, Scorpio, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right. Sorry, I keep getting all these cinders everywhere. I don't want to mess up my cards. No, Scorpio, yeah, you're feeling a little bit nervous this week about something. I don't know, it's like you don't want to deal with something, but you're also afraid. Well, that's why you don't want to deal with it. You're afraid of it at the same time, is what I was going to say. It has this feeling of not giving up, but kind of, I kept feeling this melting into the couch or something. I don't know. That sounds probably very weird. I apologize. But it's just this, it's kind of just when we don't want to do anything, we become a couch potato or something like that. Maybe you are procrastinating. Maybe you are avoiding a little bit this week. And But some of it, like, it definitely feels like it's connected to your anxieties, to your fears. Filling your time with other things in order so you don't have to look at something, or, you know, and this feels like it's directly connected to your self-worth. Like, it's connected to like how you think, how you feel about yourself. And it looks like you do have something up and running. Maybe this is connected to whatever you need to make some decisions about or look at this week, revisit, okay? But this is about changing, well, and it makes sense, right? So like when we get into these habits, patterns of how things move in our daily life, it's easy to get caught in that, right? Just like the repeat button over and over and over again. And when we're coming into certain blocks, or our intuition is telling us, okay, we need to change a few things, etc. Change is a huge theme right now in the collective, in the astrology. It's asking us to get creative, you know, take that step back and say, okay, well, where can I make some adjustments? Where is that disconnect that I can reshuffle the dynamics so it's going to work out a little bit better for me? Jupiter has been tensely aspected lately to like Saturn, to Neptune, to the North Node, to the fortune point as well. And so it's also in Gemini. So Gemini is all about duality. We're seeing like, I don't know, the opposite of what we want on a lot of different levels, because it's highlighting the places that we do need to do that extra refinement. Sorry, not to be annoying, not to be a Debbie Downer. We're all experiencing it in different ways all across the collective. But this is about getting right with yourself is what I'm seeing, right? Like, I think you have, I'm hearing it like scaffolding set up, right? You have kind of the framework set up for, or maybe it's not scaffolding, the frame, the frame of the house or whatever, whatever you're building, you have that like the frame, the foundation, you know, it's set. But now it's time to go back to the drawing board and get a little more creative with your approach. I feel like you're having a hard time doing that again because of these feelings, these emotions of maybe not good enough, or carrying some residual baggage from the past. Yeah, things that made you disconnect from self. We've been seeing this. This has been a message a lot in the collective, where it is time to come back to self. It's time to come back to trusting, believing in who you are, in what you want, that Pluto in Aquarius, in kind of the magic of life, right? Like, when there's endless potential, and when we get creative, it's pretty effing amazing what comes out of that. You know, things that like you didn't even think you could come up with. But because we're disconnected from self, or there's this energy of like not really knowing what you want, or wanting to keep everything the same because of the fear of change, it's making it a little bit harder. And Ayurveda has this term, or maybe it's just a Sanskrit term, I'm not sure, but in Ayurveda, you learn about this concept called the mistake of the intellect. And that's when we disconnect from ourselves. That's when we forget who we are. That's why energy healing, holistic wellness, it's about the mind, the body, and the soul. It's not just take a magic pill and it's all of a sudden better. You know, you have to take care of all components of yourself. And that's really what Spirit's asking you to do. There are some things that you have to revisit this week. There are some things that are popping back up for you to revisit this week. And a lot of this is just about being able to feel strong and confident in what we think, feel, and believe, i.e. Neptune in Aries, Knight of Pentacles. Libra got the same card, same position. You could be dealing with a Libra energy, or just someone who's being really effing annoying with this Two of Wands. Someone who's not really on board, someone or something who is not on board with what you want. Yeah, all they can do is cause drama and conflict. Maybe it is kind of siphoning some of your energy, or maybe this situation is just popping back up for you to say like, okay, maybe I need to take a different approach to this, or not give it so much weight is what I'm seeing with this Queen of Swords. That's really hard to do as a water sign. You feel all the feels. It's hard not to get triggered. It's hard not, especially right now with how the water element has been heightened. It's dying down a little bit. Saturn is about to move out of Pisces here and soon, and the planets have been subsequently moving into Aries. So it's been giving us more motivation to kind of overcome. But Spirit's saying that you have to be diplomatic in your approach. You can't let those feelings overtake, because honestly, it looks like this person's situation is intentionally trying to cause drama, intentionally trying to throw you off their game, right? 100%. This is just someone who is a little bit ruthless, and is going to assert their power, their control, or what they think they have over you. Very interesting. Okay, so we have the Emperor and the Empress. This could be someone that you're in partnership with. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. Gosh, dude, there's a lot. Okay, we got the King and the Queen of Swords, the Empress and the Emperor. Yeah, so it's just like something that's just not working. Maybe it's meant to work, but it's not working. It's not working at all. Or there's not any closure in this dynamic. I feel like maybe like it looks like everyone's trying to be the quote unquote best version of themselves, right? Like everyone is trying to be in their power. It's coming through very differently though for every individual that is involved in this. But I do feel like someone is trying to assert some control. It does look like that. It looks like, I feel like they do want something with you, and I feel like they're kind of en route to ask you for this thing. Like I'm hearing it's like they're tired of waiting, or they're tired of how things are going. They don't necessarily know how to come out of fighting with you though, which is annoying for you and me. No, but it just has this air of like just someone constantly trying to match you or one up you. It's if you're going to assert yourself, I'm going to assert myself. If you're going to say this, I'm going to do that. That's what it is. And ironically or not, if both parties, we'll say both people, everybody contributes, could just be a little bit more balanced and healthier, this would actually be like quite a powerful and beautiful thing. But it also feels like it's not something that's available, and mainly from their end, whatever this is, they feel like they are better off by themselves. They're better off going it alone. It leaves a lot on your plate, but at the same time, this is, someone's not appreciating this. Someone's not appreciating this, and they're using it as a platform to fight you, to create drama and conflict. And it does look like this is coming up. Okay, because this is a lot about like how you can control yourself, right? I think I already said that, touched on that with that water element, you being a water sign. Easier said than done. Temperance is actually ruled by Sagittarius, which is the next sign from you, Scorpio. So I'm almost hearing this like, seeing it for what it is. You know what it is. You know that this person does X, Y, and Z in order to provoke you, because they have this energy of like, I'm not going to interact with you unless you cater to me. The downside of the Emperor, he can be super powerful and like, you know, very, very expansive. There's a lot of amazing things that the Emperor can do, but he can also be an asshole, right? And that's kind of where you keep getting tripped up. You're in this vibe of Queen of Swords, the Empress. You're doing everything that you can to just kind of approach things rationally, contribute where you can, feed into the dynamic where you can. And it's just being matched with this really harsh reality. Someone who just doesn't, I don't know, maybe they're not nice, maybe they don't really feel like being nice, or they're just not that type of person. It just definitely has kind of an asshole dynamic to it. No shade to whomever that is. But I feel like, yeah, like this is a lot about getting focused on what is worth your time investment and what is not, what you can control and what you can't. repeating the same cycle, the same thing over and over and over again, it gets really annoying, and you're ready to kind of step out of that. You're ready to get clear on what you want with your soul, how you want things to look, and something that's constantly fighting about every little nook and cranny, it just gets annoying after a while, right? Like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to do this. And maybe there are some things that you could do in order to balance it out a little bit more. I don't know 100%, because it does look like this person's situation does already have their mind made up about how this is all gonna go, right? To me, it's like they give you an offer, but it's still it's an offer that is selfish for them, right? They give you an offer, they expect you to adhere to it, and if you don't, well, you know, that's a bad on you, right? There's no flexibility, lots of rigidity with this individual. And so you can't control this. You can't control how things shake out, but you can have fun. You can enjoy life. One of the best pleasures, in my opinion, is food. The way that we nurture ourselves, the way that we support ourselves, how we are feeding ourselves. And that doesn't just have to be food, right? That's like with anything we're consuming. Be mindful about what you're consuming this week. And like I said, have a little fun. I feel like this playtime is all about what's going to help you get creative, what's going to help you get focused on what your next steps are. You're not going to get the results out of this dynamic that you're looking for, or it's going to take super effing long. So you might as well put it on the back burner when you can. Sometimes it needs to be dealt with, addressed, etc. But when you can kind of get it off your plate and do your own thing, that is where it's going to be the most productive, the most beneficial for you. So I hope this reading helps, Scorpio. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. Thank you. I hope you found messages that resonated here for you. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share, and a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.